eSpecies is proud to be a component within the IUCN Task Force on Nature-Based Education in the following respective working groups: Technology, Citizen Science, Green Schoolyards and Technological Initiatives, and Arts and Culture. Well, here are the facts as we see them. With countless species facing extinction and others adapting or migrating to fill the resulting gaps, scientific consensus estimates that there are approximately 8.7 million species of life on Earth. Of these, approximately 4 million belong to the three kingdoms of archaebacteria, eubacteria, and protists, which is to say species so small they can only be seen under a powerful magnifying glass or microscope. And of the remaining species, those in the plants, animals, and fungi kingdoms, approximately 1.8 million of them have already been positively described, such as the African mantis here. So if you do the maths, it means that there are approximately 2.9 million species of life that you don't need a microscope to see, that have not yet been positively described, meaning that even a young student like James Collier could discover an undescribed species of wasp and have it named in his honour. However, uncovering or discovering these undescribed species, which are actually all around us, raises a number of challenges. The first of these is that for the remaining species to be positively described, for us to be able to map all life on Earth, relying solely on the scientific community in terms of both human and financial resources, it has been estimated that it would take somewhere in the region of 1,000 years. The second challenge is that if, as eSpecies proposes, we utilize the eyes and ears of young people in order to supplement the resources of the scientific community, then we need to understand that we are addressing a generation that is not as connected to the natural world as previous generations have been. That is to say, this generation is immersed in information technology, gaming, browsing widely, and most especially connecting on social media. So, with young people constantly interacting with the internet and with all known biology data at their fingertips, the question remains, is there really a need for eSpecies? Well, a 2020 survey on children's knowledge of food origins using 5 to 6-year-old children asked a number of questions. The first of these, as you can see, is where does milk come from? On an encouraging note, 79% said cows. On a slightly less encouraging note, 11% said supermarket. Another question that was asked was where does meat come from? In this instance, although less than 50% came back with the answer cows, at least 42% did. However, on a worrying note, 37% came back with fish. So we believe that there is a need, not just because of this survey, but from the responses of many similar ones before and since. So here is the solution as we see it. eSpecies is developing a mobile app supported by a website that will allow you to snap any plant, animal or fungus and use the app to identify it. Having done that, you can post it to your dedicated and personalized eSpecies page designed with today's social media culture in mind. You can then pin it to Google Earth or another proprietary mapping interface to build up a catalogue together with other users of eSpecies of the location and diversity of species. And of course, you can then share your discovery on all the major social media platforms. So how do you identify your discovery? Using the app, choose Capture and take a close-up snap of your discovery. You are then given the option to identify it, which starts with you choosing from the three major kingdoms of animal, plant and fungus. Then, using a series of simple drop-downs based on a proprietary Bayesian search engine developed by eSpecies, you can drill down to a series of images, one of which is likely to correspond to the wildlife you have snapped. But if it doesn't, remember young James Collier earlier and the Collier digger wasp. That could be you. eSpecies will mediate for users with the relevant natural history organisation to determine whether you've discovered a species not yet described by science. And eSpecies will guide you through the process of having it named after you, a process that these days can be as short as 6 months. What lies beneath the interface is an AI-powered search engine that is connected to major image databases and plugged into the Global Biodiversity Information Facility, or GBIF for short, and linked to the GPS position of the user's device, to ensure that all currently positively described species are almost instantly visually matched to allow the user to proceed using the methodology you've just been taken through. Finally, and as importantly as everything that has been said before, everything you have just seen is secured and safeguarded by enterprise-grade encryption and security, equivalent to that used in international financial markets, to ensure that no aspect of the app or the infrastructure can be hacked, or that personal user data, especially since the bulk of users will be junior citizen scientists, can be stolen. Your expression of interest today can play a vital role in safeguarding biodiversity and inspiring future generations. Contact us to explore how your involvement with eSpecies can make a lasting impact on the natural world. Please reach out using these contact details to discuss how your interest, whether as an individual or donor, can help us engage the next generation and uncover and protect both existing and new species yet unknown to science. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to hearing from you.